Hey everyone, and welcome! Today we're going to tackle a really big question. What is the future of getting around in Japan going to look like? We're diving deep into our trains, our buses, even the delivery services that bring packages right to our door. The very lifelines of our society. And right now, believe it or not, they are facing a massive challenge that could completely shake up how we live and work. To really get a handle on where we're headed, we first have to understand just how urgent the problem is today. And that question on your screen, that's not just some what-if scenario. For communities all over the country, from bustling cities to quiet rural towns, the thought of losing essential transport is a very real and very scary threat. So here's the deal. Japan's incredible world-class transport system is kind of caught in a squeeze between two powerful and connected problems. A shrinking population means fewer customers, sure, but the even bigger issue is a critical shortage of the people who actually keep things moving. We're talking drivers, mechanics, and operators. But, a challenge this big isn't about just sitting back and watching it happen. It's about finding a whole new direction. And in response, the government has laid out a brand new basic transport plan. Think of it as a comprehensive roadmap for the future. The whole strategy is really built on three powerful pillars, designed to completely rethink how we get around. We've got a digital evolution to make services way smarter, the creation of an inclusive society to build up the workforce, and of course, a sustainable future that's both green and resilient. So let's break these down one by one. Okay, first up, let's look at how technology is being put to work to create smarter, more efficient transport. This is where innovation really has to meet necessity. And this isn't science fiction anymore, not at all. We are talking about concrete, real-world solutions that use things like artificial intelligence, big data, and automation to fill in the gaps left by that shrinking workforce and to serve communities in totally new ways. And this is what it actually looks like in practice. Just imagine AI-powered buses that you can call on demand in rural areas, finally solving that problem of transport deserts. Or picture port cranes being operated remotely, which is a huge boost to efficiency. By standardizing data, all these different services can link up into something called Mobility as a Service, or MaaS, which basically lets you plan and pay for an entire trip across different kinds of transport all in one app. From ports to packages, digitalization is all about boosting productivity. But look, technology alone just isn't enough. The plan's second pillar is all about people. It's about building a transport industry that's welcoming and accessible to everyone, both as workers and as riders. Let's be blunt here. The industry desperately needs more people. And to get them, it absolutely has to change. So, what does that look like? Well, here's a perfect example. The plan sets a really clear, measurable goal to increase the number of female taxi drivers by over 50% by 2030. Now, this isn't just about a number. It's a survival strategy to widen the talent pool. And inclusivity also means physical accessibility. A huge part of the plan is creating a system where the elderly and people with disabilities can travel with total ease. And this number right here, it really shows that commitment. The goal is to get 4,000 train platforms updated to reduce those dangerous gaps and steps, making our stations truly barrier-free for everyone. Okay, so the final pillar tackles another urgent reality, climate change. The goal isn't just to keep our transport system running, but to make it environmentally sustainable and tough enough for the generations to come. A major focus here is decarbonization. That means a huge push away from fossil fuels and a move towards electric vehicles, hydrogen-powered buses, and smarter logistics to cut down the carbon footprint of every single trip and delivery. It's really about getting our mobility in line with global climate targets. And sustainability isn't just about being green, it's about being tough. The plan calls for seriously strengthening our transport infrastructure, our roads, our rails, our ports, so they can better handle the growing threat of natural disasters. We need to make sure our lifelines stay open, even when a crisis hits. So, with all these huge challenges and these really ambitious solutions, how should we be looking at this moment? Is it a time of decline? Or is it actually a chance for a total reinvention? The historian E.H. Carr once said that how we see the past really depends on the present, while the same thing is absolutely true for our future. How we see this moment isn't set in stone. It's defined by the future that we choose to build from here. And what's really fascinating is that the transport plan itself offers a new way to think about this. It points out that the word crisis actually comes from a Greek root that means a decision point. It's not just about danger, it's about a turning point, a crossroads. So what we're facing isn't just a crisis we have to get through. It's a crossroads that gives us a choice. One path, the path of doing nothing, leads to services disappearing and communities getting cut off. But the other path, the one laid out in this plan, leads to a massive opportunity, a future with innovative, inclusive, and sustainable ways of getting around. Ultimately, this plan isn't just some document sitting on a shelf. It's a call to action. It reframes this moment of danger as a once-in-a-generation chance for real positive change. The future of how we all move isn't written yet, and that choice between crisis and opportunity is totally up to us. Hey, if you found this deep dive interesting, please do us a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button for more. Thanks for watching.